If you're tired of being stuck in morning traffic jams, then this homemade vehicle will help you get around them in a breeze. The design is quite simple and consists of a frame, 3 bicycle wheels and 2 motors, previously used on string trimmers. The vehicle is driven by propellers, and there's a special insert for the pilot's convenience. The vehicle doesn't look too reliable, but it has no problems gaining speed. According to the author, the project took a lot of time and effort, so he hopes to get support in the comments under the test video. And here's a more practical product, a small sawmill. It was assembled by a Polish inventor from parts that he found in his garage. The machine runs on an engine with a capacity of about 4.5 kilowatts. The sawmill moves thanks to a set of gate casters bought online. The device easily saws quite large logs, so the tests can be called a success. The author says that he has another similar unit in the works. We present our tank, say the authors of this homemade machine. At the core of this tank are 2 7-horsepower PowerFist engines. According to the creators, the design was inspired by the German Tiger tank, but at first it was not entirely clear what would come out in the end. There's no suspension, so the tank noticeably bounces at every bump. The tank is operated by one person, and the cabin is quite spacious, though it has some pretty large gaps. You probably won't be able to ride in this vehicle in the rain, but it doesn't stop viewers from wanting one, and there are already comments asking about the price. This helicopter can be assembled by almost anyone, as it's sold as a DIY kit. The model was made by a Hungarian company and meets the European standards and requirements for flying. The diameter of the propeller is 23 feet, and the helicopter is equipped with different engines, with an output of 125 or 160 horsepower, for example. There are also models with a closed cockpit. Payload is about 286.6 pounds. The helicopter is very practical. It can be used not only for entertainment, but also for observation of forest areas or needs of air medical services, for example. You desperately need a concrete mixer, but there is no place to buy or rent one. Not a problem. A clever person will always find a way out. A large plastic barrel, an old motor, a sturdy frame, and an industrial mixer. That is all you need to create a homemade mixing system. You can load concrete, fertilizers, or crops because the device is versatile and easy to use. Unfortunately, the author of the video is not too keen to respond to comments, even though there's already a queue of people who want to know the characteristics of the product to assemble one on their own. As one viewer explains in the comments, in this video, a man builds a toy for himself and justifies it by telling people he made it for his kid. The resulting construction really doesn't look like a child's toy, and the rugged frame and 6 wheels remind us of a moon rover. The vehicle is equipped with a remote control for the parents and a joystick for the child. Thanks to its clever design, it runs smoothly, not only on asphalt, but also on dirt and sand. 4 of the 6 wheels are swivel wheels, which give the rover extra maneuverability. Also, the all-terrain vehicle has no problem climbing up hills and overcoming rough terrain. You like karting, but there are no karting tracks near your home. Not a problem. Just build an off-road kart and drive it on the ground, delighting onlookers with puffs of dust. According to the author, the model is equipped with a 2-stroke 175cc engine, and the gearshift system was borrowed from an old Yamaha AG motorcycle. The design is quite stable and allows you to make spectacular dusty donuts. This mini excavator can be built on an ordinary car trailer if you want. Despite its modest size, it is fully functional. According to the creator, it can dig to a depth of 6 feet. It's also known that the machine worked without problems for at least 3 years, and thanks to its compact size, it's easy to transport from place to place. The construction took about 2 years and was conducted by trial and error, as the creator admits. However, he believes that the result was definitely worth it. Not all homemade machines are as useful as a mini excavator or even a mini helicopter, but they are just as fun. For example, the only purpose of this machine is to move marbles, but we could watch it work for hours. The creation of the machine took about 80 hours. It was designed and assembled by one person. The main material is solid oak, but steel parts are also used. The project had to be changed many times, but in the end it came to fruition. For optimal performance, it requires about 150 marbles, which, like cars on an F1 track, pass on a very impressive path, rising to a height of 24 inches. Would you like to have this machine at home? Another masterpiece from the creator of the children's rover. This time, the inventor built a robot that resembles an insect. The software and blueprints are publicly available, so anyone can try making something similar. Besides, on many websites, you can find kits to make similar robots. In the video, the author shows the process of assembling and explains some points that are important for the robot to work properly. For example, some parts of the model were printed on a 3D printer, and a lot of work was done on the software part of the project as well. But the result exceeds all expectations. The robot is not only able to move swiftly, but also assume impressive poses. You don't have electricity but need to wash some laundry? This problem can be solved by this foot-powered washing machine. The author, who's actually a teacher, says that he built it in 7 days. For the design and construction, he used some clips from YouTube, but the final mechanism was inspired by old foot-powered sewing machines. The design is simple and practical. You can set it in motion with 1 foot. You can use good old detergents and conditioners, and a drainage system is provided too, which allows you to quickly change the water and rinse your laundry. The self-made machine is so successful that commenters insist that the author should think about building these machines for sale. This homemade press allows you to quickly flatten soda cans. The author created the device in 2018 as a school project for one of his daughters. The system works thanks to an electric motor and flattens the cans at a rate of about 52 cans per minute. A kind of magazine resembling that of a gun is provided to safely load the cans. Users call the design of the press fantastic and wondered if the machine could be scaled and modified to chop wood. Remember the master who built a homemade off-road cart? This tracked robot is also his work. The model looks a bit like an unfinished tank, but it has plenty of strength and can carry even its maker. The robot features some very interesting solutions. Bicycle chains are used as tracks, and some parts are 3D printed. The author also took the trouble to provide links to some of the components used in the robot, such as the transmitter and the camera. This bicycle is the creation of a craftsman from Belarus. The model is equipped with a 250-watt motor and is capable of accelerating up to 15.5 miles per hour. Despite the fact that the Velomobile has no doors, it is quite comfortable to ride in, even in the rain. The first trip happened to be in the worst possible weather. Thanks to its compact size, the Velomobile easily fits not only on the bike path but also on the sidewalk. And the design weighs only 154 pounds, so if necessary, you can dismount and walk the vehicle like an ordinary bicycle. The The inventor notes that this project is his hobby, so he has no plans to sell something like this. And here is a project from Germany that will please fans of fat bikes. This is a 4-wheeled cargo bike equipped with two 500-watt motorized wheels. The frame of the bike is handmade. The load section is made of moisture-resistant plywood and coated with protective varnish. All 4 wheels are equipped with disc brakes. Steering looks unusual, but the master has already tested his creation on the road and says that it's easy enough to steer. The range is 43.5 miles, and you can accelerate up to 18.6 miles per hour. The engineer specifies that he's working on a new project too. We would love to know how many wheels he's going to install this time.